Yo, peace. What's up, everybody? It's Mr.13, and I'm back for another episode of The Sit Down. I got my boy, Dr. Walter Hidalgo, joining me today. I've known
Peace to the
Walter
guy.
for almost 10 years now. My guy, he's a author. He is a mentor. And I could keep going on with this guy. He's a podcaster. He's got his own show. It's called Know Thyself, which I was honored to be on. I don't know what season it was, but I was on it. Yeah, man. Thank you for joining me, Walter. How you been?
Yo, I'm grateful to be here, King. Humble. Thank you for the invite. You're ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So anybody who's tuning in, we recording from the closet. It's the closet of the barbershop. This is Made for King's studio. It's a space in a barbershop. So if you hear some noise out there, that's just barbershop things happening. You know what I mean? So, Walter, I got a book right here. People may not know. He was on the Cypher Show, which is a show that I produced many moons ago. And we spoke about this back then, but we're going to do it all over again because this is brand new to the new listeners. This is the Rising Ministry and Spirituality of Hip Hop. This book is called Beyond the Four Walls that he wrote. Tell us about this book and why you wrote this book.
Wow, super throwback.
He's going all the way back to the beginning.
Beyond the Four Walls, the Rising Ministry and Spirituality of Hip Hop came to, fruition in 2011, so over 10 years ago. 13, the book, man, is bugged out, and it's been a blessing. It really just started off as my master's when I went to Columbia U at Union Theological Seminary, and in summation, it was just like, hip hop is spiritual.
Yeah.
And I did a theological, sociological kind of like breakdown of it, but I felt, obviously, from an academic standpoint, it was a little too dense. And I didn't want to water it down, but I wanted it to be digestible for the general public. And like I said, essentially the message is that hip-hop is spiritual. It's to use a Hindu kind of theological viewpoint, it's like they believe that, heaven is like an ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And each faith or religion or denomination is a river that leads to that ocean.
Okay.
And for me, hip-hop was one of those rivers that it continues to lead people into that ocean of nirvana, of what they say ontologically, like the afterlife. But I do believe that hip-hop is really bringing us all together and creating something really special. I mean, we got the museum popping off now, too.
Yeah,
so many things
one
that happen
Bronx,
that continue to be in motion. Yes, sir.
They have the Universal Hip Hop Museum built in the Bronx. Then they have the Museum of Graffiti in Miami.
Yes, sir.
So the culture has expanded and grown. So how did you get into the culture of hip hop? What was your introduction to it?
Oh man, I think somebody said it best. Like, and interview so many people with that question. Like, I am hip hop. I was born into it. I remember seeing it. I always have visions of like seeing friends of mine putting the cardboard boxes and breakdancing. Like a lot of my Rican friends, my Dominicans, like they were nasty with.
You saw that. You experienced.
Yeah, I seen that, yo. Like,
that's not a lot of people.
Yo, man, right? Like, they should do movies and things of that nature.
Yeah.
There's more of that, because I remember seeing it and how, like, the level of artistry and how people were athletic. Like, it was a different thing. Yeah. But then also, like, growing up specifically in the art form of MCing, man, just a lot of my friends were nasty with it. Like, I remember the cypher.
You spit, you write a little bit.
Yeah, I did a little side. Yeah. But I wish I got into it, man. But I'll be honest, if I really honed into that, I would have been killing it, yo.
It's never too late, man.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like hip hop is more accepting too. Like I think the doors are open to different character types.
Facts.
You got the J. Cole.
Yes.
You got, what's the guy from California? Tyler the Creator.
Oh yeah, shout out.
People are more accepting to these counter culture characters. Before I used to be more straight gangster shit.
Right. Yeah, it really diversified a lot.
I think it's more diversification.
Yeah.
You got these little Uzi Verts, they might not necessarily got off in our era.
Right. Exactly.
But how do you feel about music right now, like where it's at, the rap music at?
Yo, it's interesting. I'll be honest, and I don't know if I should say this publicly, but I will. I haven't really been listening to hip hop like that.
Okay.
I don't know. It's interesting, but I'm tapped in. I hear it, but I need to, maybe this is my wake up call to get back to it, but I'm always tapped in. I'm listening to it.
So what are you listening to? What are you tapped into right now?
What do I listen to? Whenever I'm still, I guess I'm frozen in time with my Biggies and my Nas's. I still J's, my Woos, but I love the Baby. I think when he came out, it was dope. I thought that beat was different. You know what I'm saying? So, but I haven't really tapped in like that with different artists. But as it relates to the sound now, and it's inevitable. The cultures evolve, and I hope there are spaces and places where people are utilizing the culture to empower, not just to get lit and do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm turned off with a lot of like how the violence have really escalated. Like, that's what kind of makes me go like, do I want to be in that frequency right now?
I hear you. There's definitely an escalation of the violence amongst the younger artists. Definitely, it feels like every month somebody's being killed. It's unfortunate. Let's hope it ends. I don't know. What do you think is the cause of that? You think there's a cause to it that could be pinpointed? Like, out?
I think it's multiple factors, man. I mean, I think, we've talked a lot about social media, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think there's something new in this world called the internet and social media where a lot of it's in your face, a lot of accessibility. With homeboy that got killed in Cali, I forget, how many, right? Like Nipsey and rest in
Nipsey,
peace, you know what I'm saying?
Rock.
Yeah, it might have been that dude that recently got killed at like what was it, like a fast food spot? Chicken and
Roscoe's.
Yeah. Like, so I think your accessibility, there's more exposure now. Like people talking about we outside. Well, if a lot of people go outside and they know where you're at, they're gonna find you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate our time of a little bit of mystery.
Gotcha.
Not knowing. I like a little bit of that not knowing. We knowing a little too much. We outside, I think, a little too much. And maybe that's escalating because statistically, I always say in places where it's warmer climate, the violence is higher because people are outside.
Yeah.
But now social media making everybody really go outside. Yeah. So it don't matter where you are, it's really growing on a macro level, the level of violence, because people are being a little too flashy. They outside, and that's causing a lot of friction, especially coming out of a COVID pandemic where people were enclosed a lot.
So, you're able to locate people easier if they're always putting where they're at or flashing and making live videos. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate.
And but
I mean, it went down in our era too, but it was just not recorded or documented as much, I guess. But yeah, man,
that's true too.
So we were just talking about your book that you put out 11 years ago, right? Yeah. Have you put out another book?
Nah, man.
Are you planning to put out another book?
I'm always planning with the book. That's one thing. That's another thing on the to-do list.
Okay.
I don't have the energy for it recently, but it's lingering back. And there's some things I'm thinking of cooking in the kitchen.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, for now, we know for sure that you are about to put out season 9.
Word. Yes.
Of Know Thyself.
Yes, sir.
Tell the people a little bit about your show, your podcast. It's also a video cast, right, where you can watch it on YouTube.
Facts, yes.
Let the people know about that.
Yeah, it's crazy that I love how you segued into this before talking about if I'm going to write the next book. It might be Know Thyself, the next book. Facts.
Ignition.
Yeah, so anyways, but the podcast, Yeah, man. Started a couple years back, a little before the pandemic. We just started audio, and it's just something I woke up and thought to myself, well, something that comes out of Kemetic spirituality, the concept of knowing thyself. I wanted to put a twist and put shelf.
Yeah.
Because in ministry, one of the ways we break the ice to get to know somebody is sharing something that is important in their life as an icebreaker. And when you share something about yourself that's tangible, that's real, you really learn a lot about that individual, because it represents their time, their energy, their well-being, their experiences in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really learn. And there might be a connection there that even I might have with them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So know thyself, is we say, the journey of knowing thyself begins from the cradle to the grave. We're in constant flux. We're always evolving. And the best way to know that is to share something that came out of your shelf, something that's important, that's significant, that's empowering. So at the end of the day, 13, you already know, this is about empowering people,
Yeah.
About letting them know that I can do this. We talk a lot about entrepreneurship. We talk a lot about spirituality, about hip hop. I've invited MCs, like lawyers, doctors, DJs, chefs, non-for-profit organizers, ministers. The next lineup of people is just all MCs. We got a dude that works with Jada. You know what I'm saying? We got like somebody that does like curates at the Smithsonian. Like, it's about us. That show's about us.
Yeah. And where can they view the show? It's on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, go to YouTube. Just go to Know Thy Shelf. Instagram at Know Thy Shelf. At know_thy_shelf_TV. Facebook, you can find us too. And we're in Anchor, the app platform.
Okay.
So we're syndicated in different Spotify and stuff, Google, and wherever else you can find us. But it's both visually and acoustically available to all of y'all.
And how do you book a guest? Because someone wanted to be on your show, what would they do to get on it?
Yeah. Just contact me. You can go to the website. It's www.knowthyshelf.tv. And just shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. You can contact me there. You can also go to the website to find a copy of my book, and also the services that I do with coaching kids and the workshops. Yeah,
we were just talking about the service that you do mentoring and coaching of kids. Tell us about that before we go into the next segment or whatever we're gonna do after this.
Yeah. Nah, so when people ask me, what do you do? That's a deep question, but I basically say, I'm a father, I'm an educator, I'm a coach, and I'm a world traveler, man. This is what I do consistently. I think all these things are important. So the coaching piece, as somebody that has been coached, I wanted to give back and coach. I've been coaching for like 20 years, 13, in all capacities. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I love it. Young people make me feel young. So when you ask me, I'm not tapped in with the hip hop, but I kind of am, because the young people feel me.
I got you.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. So I work with an organization called the Elite Method, where we provide in-house coaching to young people between the ages of 4 and 14. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I told 13, it's like Big Brother meets a private coach. So we like to integrate social emotional development with physical skills. So, if the child is someone that lacks confidence, we have a sit down, and I empower that young person, because every young person is different. So I do things such as words of affirmation, meditation, boxing. Boxing is a great tool to release a lot of aggression. Yeah. Right? That's why a lot of cats from the hood box, because we mad out here. I was saying, so your facts, so it's important. So anyways, we provide in-home coaching, boys and girls. So you don't have to, it's not just about athleticism. It's about, at the end of the day, I always tell people, I'm not here to fix your child. I'm here to let them know how ill you already know. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah. You help build up their confidence, help them find some things they're good at.
and build off that. Because you already know, again, I'm not trying to knock on social media, but we are in the digital age, man. You know, bullying, all-time high. Suicide, all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to compare to each other instead of empowering. I'm coming at a young person like, yo, I see you because you're a reflection of the divine. So I'm going to treat you as such.
Gotcha. There you have it, man. This man right here, if your child needs some coaching and they need someone to help make them feel more confident, hit up the Elite Method. It's the Elite Method. And you've been there for how long now?
Oh, wow. I think, like I said, like 4 years.
4 years.
Now, yo. Yeah. But I've been coaching forever. I mean,
since more than 20 years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've coached people to make their own books.
Yeah.
I've coached people in, like, career, spiritual coaching, you know, for young people. You know what I'm saying? It's not just teens, young adults.
Well, we did that one, we did some seminars. I believe we went to 1 or 2 of them. It was, I helped film it. It was about bullying and social media.
Oh,
the dangers of social media.
Yes.
And I know I came along on that project with you.
Yeah.
And what's going on with that? Are you guys going to continue that, or that's done for?
Bugged out that you're saying that. It's a reboot. I'm actually hitting up Missy again, so we might be hitting you up again in your ear. See, this is important, yo. Yeah. This is so important. This is what I'm talking about, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, each one teach one. We build off each other. I've known 13. We don't work together. You understand? Because this is important, right? Yep. So, yeah, we're going to reboot the social media and spirituality thing. I'm going to have a meeting with Missy, but we're trying to get into the webinars scenario, the Zoom scenario, hybrid method. You know what I mean? Still going to the YMCAs, the schools. And what 13 is referring to is a workshop that I have called Living in the Matrix, the do's and don'ts of social media.
Yes.
Because I think young people need a good foundational understanding of what this thing is called social media before you jump in and get lost in the sauce with it. You know?
Lost in the matrix. It's a fact.
You know? Like, you need to know the importance of taking a digital hiatus. Step back. You know what I mean? Take one Saturday, just do you. Just do you, not do everybody by being in the public, you know? It's important to understand that whatever affiliations you have on social media is a caricature that you're building yourself in the real world. So whatever you're affiliated there may not help you get that job, may not help you connect with that person because you're affiliated with this. This is how deep and entangled we are, yo.
Yeah. Yep.
You heard?
Yeah, social media, it is, it can be a tool and it can be a burden. So you got to learn how to use it correctly. You know, technology is constantly changing. Now they got AI. AI is out there. The AI will be able to search everything you ever did.
That's a fact. Yo.
Like, let's say, you know, employers, they could use that AI to search everything you ever did.
But you know what, 13, you said something important, man, because I don't want to sound like I'm knocking social media down, too, because I actually uplifted a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because it's crazy. Here's some data. In fact, social media, this era has produced more millionaires than any history of this world, yo.
Wow.
You know what I mean? When I get so fascinated when I see a young person, 20 years old, sell that merch online and flip it.
Yeah.
Yo, I get so empowered by that, yo. It's we gotta also understand that.
I tip my hat to these young podcasters, YouTubers, gamers. They out there getting that bread. Yo, I'm an OG to this game, man. I've been doing this for a minute, so I give them much props.
I'm surprised you don't do workshops yourself, 13, my dude.
I've been thinking about doing some workshops on how to do podcasting, and how because I've been doing this for a while. And you know what? As of recently, I've been changing up my formula, and I see a lot of progress in the numbers lately. You know, so and I'm learning from a lot of a younger crowd. Right? I look at some of these videos that these other YouTubers and other podcasters are putting up, and their strategies, if you implement them, they work.
And that's a fact. And let me say this: I like this saying that says that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Yeah, I was insane for a few years. I woke up one day and I was like, wait, hold up. I'm not going to continue doing a certain portion of my business because it hasn't been, I really analyzed the numbers. And I said, all right, I'm going to focus in on this because this is what's been working. And ever since I made that little adjustment, I see change. I see a lot of growth.
Yeah. And even with me, right? Remember we started with hip hop and spirituality.
Yep.
We did the 73 to infinity. And now I'm here with Know Thyself.
Know Thyself.
Making, because I learned from OGs and legends that have been doing this.
Yeah.
And I've been watching, I observe.
We start from the Cypher, which we started on Blog Talk Radio, which was over the phone, 2007, 2008. To DTF Radio, shout out to Mark, which he was one of our first guests.
Yes.
He's been down there with the team since the beginning, since the old office on Bushwick Avenue. Then we moved over to the Grand Ave, and then we evolved to Legacy and the conversation.
Shout out to the Legacy, yo,
and the sit down. Shout out to Legacy. And we got Know Thyself, and our team is constantly expanding. My boy who I work with, Cook, who's on the other side of this door, in the barbershop, with all the fellas that you probably hear in the background. He has his own podcast called Cook the Pod, and we got to get you on that as well.
Word.
And
vice versa, get them on the Know Thyself.
Yeah, definitely.
Word up.
But yeah, I think we lost track somewhere. But,
we good.
We were just talking shit because we know each other.
Yeah.
But let people know what you got next. Like, is there anything that you're planning to do next from Know Thyself? I know you said there's a possibility of a book.
Yeah, I've been thinking about the book thing, calling it Know Thyself, reflections of a post-COVID era.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the crazy thing, to just add a little bit of the story of Know Thyself, when the pandemic hit, because there was a gap where I stopped it, but when the pandemic hit and we were at home, that's when I said, oh, it's time. And I revitalized it again and went visual instead of just audio.
Gotcha.
And, we're going to continue to expand, grow, you know what I mean? And probably syndicate and do different networks. That's why we got to do more cross promotion, but possibly a book. I use that platform has been a blessing, man. I mean, I use it to sell merch too, and that's been cool. But it's really been for the purposes of networking with the people I interview, for doing cross branding and work together, community work. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping to utilize the platform also to continue to get my name out there and to speak. Do stuff at the universities. I've tapped out of the university scene because I've taught in university. I just don't want to deal with the politics of institutions. That's why I'm independent. For real. But I also feel like I need to, utilize all that education I had. And, I'm doing it, my way out some Frank Sinatra. But let me go back and tap into those institutions because people need to get this food as well, too. So, but expanding.
The city has also been offering a lot of grants. It's for people who have organizations that give back to the communities in terms of education, for social media, even for art and art programs. Those things you might want to look into. I've been looking into.
You stay talking to me.
So, man, shit. We're going to continue this conversation afterwards. We're about to be out. But let the people know where they can follow you and where they can hit you up if they want to get in touch with you.
Yeah, well, before I do that, I just want to say, I always say this, I quote Nori, because Nori says this in the Drink Champ, shout out, give flowers to people while they're still alive, man. And I want to give my brother 13 flowers, he been around, he's a legend, he's Brooklyn native. If you don't know this dude, you haven't seen or known Brooklyn, right? So it's very important to tap in to people and individuals, and this is one. So shout out to you, my brother. I
appreciate you. Thank you, man.
You're amazing at what you do. www.knowthyself.tv. You can find all the stuff on the workshops, the coaching, the podcast, Know Thyself. If you want to see episodes of Know Thy Shelf, just Google it. Nowadays, just put Know Thy Shelf. And if you want to reach out to me for the services or to get a copy of the book, Beyond the Four Walls, The Rise and Ministry and Spirituality of Hip Hop, you can get all of that there.
Word up, and stay tuned because we're going to see us on the road. We're going to be doing speeches and training sessions. If you want to learn how to be a successful podcaster, holla at us right here, man. We'll show you. All right, peace.
Peace.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Hit it. Subscribe. Peace.